Hi everyone, this is Malaya from Devaduta Yoga. Today I have a question for you that many people have asked me. It's about how to practice a proper plank position in yoga. Let's have a look at it and stay tuned till the end because I'm giving you one really secret tip that is perfect if you have some asymmetries in your body. So let's get started by getting into an all-fourth position. When you start from an all-fourth position, in the end, you can already build up the majority of muscle engagement that you will need for a proper plank position. First of all, we need a stable basis. So it means spreading the fingers wide and imagining a little bit like you want to grab your mat. So like this, activating your fingers so you have the solid basis where you can put your weight on. Then, of course, you want to lengthen your arms and you want to make sure to have some space in the shoulders. What I mean with this is creating space between the shoulder and the ear, but also creating space between the shoulder and the spine. So it means that you kind of roll the shoulders away from the ears, and then at the same time you want to go into protraction. So you're kind of pushing yourself a little bit up in between the shoulders. Don't exaggerate it until you're like totally rounded, but you just want to create this little space here between the shoulder blade and the spine. So we have fingers, hand engagement, lengthening the arms and getting into protraction. From there, we need some engagement in the abdominal muscles. Imagine you want to tilt your pelvis a little bit backwards. And if you start from this position, the only thing that you need to add on to get into like a proper plank position is to lengthen out the legs. Because if you look at my body now, you will see that my pelvis is actually more or less at the same height like my shoulders, just a tiny little bit below. And from here, when I lengthen now my legs and I bring them into engagement, I am in a very good yoga plank position. Why? Because my legs are working, because my abdominal muscles are working, and of course, arms, shoulders, chest muscles are working as well. One of the most common mistakes in yoga when practicing a plank is that you have the pelvis too low, and instead of using your abdominal muscles and the thigh muscles, you start to using the big butt muscle. So how this looks like is typically something like this. You're like squeezing the butt, you're like pushing you down. This doesn't make any sense because first of all, it will give you some pressure in the lower back very often, but also it's like putting your energy down. It's pushing with the butt muscles, the pelvis down to the ground. But in the plank position, you don't want to push yourself down to the ground. You're pushing yourself away from the ground. So instead of using the butt, use the abdominal muscles, use the thigh muscles. And now let's come to my little secret for really practicing a plank that is healthy for your body. Maybe you're new to this channel. If not, you already know that I'm working a lot with asymmetries. In case you're new, make sure that you subscribe to my channel, that you learn about asymmetries in our human body and how to deal with them in a yoga practice. So one of the asymmetries that we all have, no matter if you're left or right-handed, is that the right side of the chest is usually a little more tense than the left one. And the ribs have a little harder time to expand while you're breathing. So this means that tension is higher on the right side and a little lower on the left. Usually this goes along with stronger muscles on the right, a little less stronger muscles on the left. So if you want to practice a plank that is really beneficial for your body, it is going to work against this very natural asymmetry. So you want to engage more the left side of the chest than the right one. How do you do this? Quite easy, actually. When you start from your all-fourth position, you can already get into this type of engagement by simply imagining that you only want to stand on your left hand. So you push the left hand into the ground and then just place the right one as though this is just there for balance, but you don't want to put any weight into this. And if you go from there into your plank position, you will have more engagement on the left, less on the right, but you will still for sure have some engagement on the right. So in this position now, both thighs are working, the abdominal muscles are working, and the left side of the upper body is just working a little bit more than the right one. Do you have any questions about this? Does this make sense for you? Try it out. Let me know how it feels, especially the difference between left and right hand. And if there are any other positions, any asanas you would like some more biomechanical explanation about, let me know in the comments and I'd be very happy to explain them to you. Hope to see you in the next video. Give it a thumbs up and see you soon. Bye.